What if your dream SUV turned into your biggest financial mistake? Some of the most admired rides lose value faster than you can imagine. Today, we're going to uncover the top 10 SUVs of 2025 that bleed cash the quickest. Number 10. The Land Rover Discovery. The Land Rover Discovery promises adventure and elegance, yet the numbers tell a harsher story. A model that sells for $70,000 can shrink to just $27,000 or $28,000 within 5 years. That means a staggering 69% depreciation, enough to make any owner uneasy. Why such a dramatic fall? The Discovery carries a reputation for costly repairs and reliability struggles, and word spreads quickly among buyers who would rather avoid the risk. As a result, resale demand collapses, leaving owners with heavy losses. Some say it stands as the ultimate example of a luxury SUV that bleeds value, where prestige fades the moment it leaves the showroom. It raises a curious question for anyone drawn to its style and status. Is the thrill of driving a Discovery worth the price you might pay later? Number 9. The Ford Expedition Max. At first glance, it feels like a dream for families, with endless space, strong power, and the kind of comfort that makes road trips unforgettable. Yet, the numbers paint a different picture. A shiny new model that costs around $70,000 can sink to about $28,000 in only 5 years. This is a 60% hit, a drop that leaves owners stunned when they realize how much value has vanished. The Expedition Max is admired when new, yet the high cost of keeping it on the road quickly wears down that excitement. Add the fierce competition from Chevrolet and GMC, and resale prices collapse even further. It makes you wonder, is the joy of driving such a massive and capable SUV enough to soften the pain of such a heavy financial loss? Number 8. The Nissan Armada. Even though it seems like the perfect choice for families who want space and comfort, yet 5 years later, the story changes. A model that once looked appealing now holds an average resale of only $22,000, which means about 60% of its value disappears. Moreover, the reasons pile up quickly. The Armada struggles with an outdated design, heavy fuel use, and low buyer demand, all of which crush its resale strength. Families often enjoy the generous size when it's brand new, yet the real question arises down the road: how much of that steep investment survives? For many owners, the answer is painful, as the Armada becomes less of a family cruiser and more of a money trap over time. Number 7. The Lincoln Navigator L. The Lincoln Navigator L shows that even a premium badge cannot protect resale value. This SUV launches at a hefty $83,000, yet in just 5 years, it can sink to nearly $33,000. That is about a 60.3% drop, a loss that shocks many luxury buyers. The Navigator L enters the market with a bold presence, plush features, and a strong image of American prestige. However, once the warranty expires, the reality of high repair costs pushes many buyers away. Demand in the resale market weakens, and what once felt like a top-tier purchase begins to lose its shine. The Navigator L proves that prestige can fade quickly when expenses pile up, turning a celebrated flagship into another example of how luxury does not always guarantee lasting value. Number 6. The Infiniti QX80. A brand new model that costs about $75,000 can lose nearly $49,000 within just 5 years, wiping away around 65% of its value. The problems are easy to see, with an aging platform, a fuel-hungry V8, and low demand in the resale market dragging it down. Owners enjoy the commanding look and plush interior at first, yet the lingering question is difficult to ignore: how much will remain when the time comes to sell? The QX80 becomes a striking example of how something that feels like true luxury on day one can slowly turn into a financial burden that no one wants to inherit. Number 5. The Audi Q7. Starting near $70,000, this SUV can tumble to under $27,000 within only 5 years, a staggering 61.6% loss. The issue lies in its complexity. Packed with advanced electronics and systems that shine when new, the Q7 quickly becomes expensive to maintain once the warranty coverage ends. However, buyers in the used market hesitate, wary of repair bills that rise as the years pass. What begins as a showcase of German precision soon turns into a tough sell on dealership lots, where value collapses despite the vehicle's premium image. The Audi Q7 proves that even engineering brilliance can lose its shine when costs outweigh confidence, leaving owners with far less than they imagined when signing on for luxury. Number 4. The Land Rover Range Rover. A model that enters the market at $90,000 may plunge to only $33,000 or $34,000 within 5 years, erasing about 62.9% of its value. On the surface, the Range Rover carries unmatched presence, a badge that screams wealth and sophistication. Yet, beneath that prestige, ownership tells another story, filled with repair bills and endless headaches once the warranty runs out. Drivers enjoy the pride of owning one when it's new, yet the question lingers: how long before those costs outweigh the feeling of status? In the end, the Range Rover shows that luxury on the outside often hides a financial burden on the inside, leaving owners with more regret than reward. Number 3. The Cadillac Escalade ESV. The Cadillac Escalade ESV reminds us that even the biggest names in American luxury can't escape depreciation's grip. Priced at more than $100,000, this flagship SUV can lose nearly $64,000 in only 5 years, stripping away about 62.9% of its value. At first, the Escalade feels untouchable. Its towering presence, bold styling, and lavish interior turn heads everywhere it goes, and buyers rush to enjoy that status. Yet behind the glamour comes the sting of high maintenance costs and growing concerns about long-term reliability. In the resale market, enthusiasm fades quickly, leaving the once adored Escalade struggling to hold value. It serves as a powerful reminder that even the king of American luxury SUVs cannot hold its crown forever when reality crashes harder than the first impression. Number 2. The Maserati Levante. Building on the Escalade struggles, the Maserati Levante shows how style alone cannot protect a luxury SUV from financial collapse. With the starting price near $90,000, the Levante can fall to around $32,500 in only 5 years, which means about 63.7% of its value disappears. The design carries unmistakable Italian flair, with sleek lines and a badge that turns heads instantly. Yet when ownership begins, the shine fades quickly. Maserati's limited track record with SUVs and ongoing concerns about reliability push buyers away from the used market. The Levante raises a difficult question. Is the thrill of driving Italian prestige worth the massive loss that comes later? In the end, it proves that beauty can capture attention, yet keeping value requires much more than style and heritage. Number 1. The Jaguar I-Pace. Jaguar I-Pace is a striking electric SUV that suffers the hardest fall of them all. With the price tag around $70,000, it can collapse to under $20,000 in only 5 years, wiping away a staggering 72.2% of its value. On the surface, the I-Pace promised innovation and elegance, aiming to put Jaguar at the forefront of the EV market. Yet the reality proved harsher. Early electric technology, limited charging support, and the brand's shaky reputation made buyers nervous and sent resale demand crashing. The numbers spark an uncomfortable question. How much risk are you willing to take for the appeal of being an early adopter? The Jaguar I-Pace stands as the clearest warning that even groundbreaking ideas can quickly turn into the worst resale story on the market. These 10 SUVs prove that luxury and size don't always equal lasting value. Depreciation can strike harder than expected, leaving owners with regret. Which of these SUVs would you avoid at all costs? Subscribe for more powerful car insights, share this list with friends, and hit like to support future breakdowns.